How is this seen locally in Karnataka? Of course, Gauri Lankesh's brutal killing wasn't just a Karnataka issue. And it's not just one such instance. There have been series of others, including rationalists and left leaders who have been killed. And what the court has been told, all of this has been part of a larger syndicate. But particularly sticking to these visuals, how was the scene in Karnataka?
Well, see, it's a very unfortunate thing we are seeing now that, this kind of thing is becoming a routine and a habit where, accused in the case were undergoing trials. We saw it in Gujarat and we're now seeing it over here that, they are felicitated by these kind of organizations who try to get the limelight and send a message. Now, I feel that this is something which is a very dangerous trend because it trivializes the lower judiciary, and that's something which, clearly the entire thing that we're seeing over here, or what we saw in Gujarat when the Supreme Court had to step in and, send the people accused in the mass rape and killing back to jail. Now, clearly, this is something which influences lower judiciary, and this is a very dangerous trend. Yesterday, the BJP spokesperson here will say the way they protested against the discharge of cases against 138 people who were caught in the Hubli riots in 2022 when there was a BJP government here. And we had a similar case where when there were riots in Bangalore, violence on the police station last year. Now, clearly, these are things where you cannot have extrajudicial judgment or influencing the judgments kind of activities. This incident yesterday clearly is an act of, defying the judiciary, and it should not be accepted by any. I'm
Absolutely.
glad that the BJP has condemned it, though she is trying to, expand to the larger Hindutva of her party.
Right. Dr. Nikul Patel and to Dr. Lakshmi Gowda, both of you, I have this question. Gauri Lankesh was killed in 2017. It was in 2020. At least 11 accused are out. At least 11 of 17 accused are out on bail. The last being what we mentioned, the two people who were felicitated. In 2023, when Mohan Nayak came out, the court was told, it was in 2017, I think he came out, and then eventually it was challenged by the sister as well as the government, the Karnataka government, and the court was told that out of 527 witnesses, 137 have been examined, another 137 are likely to back out. Again, another 150 are likely to drop out, and only 100 witnesses might be remaining to be examined. If this is how a case like Gauri Lankesh is going to be handled, and this question is both to Congress and BJP because both of you have been in the government during this period, since the killing of Gauri Lankesh. Both of you have answers. One is, of course, Congress, that is in power currently. But I don't think the BJP can rub it off entirely because all of this has also been reflected in courts even when the BJP was in power. First, of course, to you, Dr. Nikul Patel. Has the government failed to ensure that there has been trial that can meet with justice and enough evidences, conclusive manner of how the entire evidence of this case was put together? You have witnesses dropping off.
See, firstly, I would like to say that whatever the government, it may be a BJP or a Congress, it's a judiciary matter, and judiciary is taking its own time to interrogate and investigate or to listen all the witnesses, as you rightly said. And when the trial is on,
Dr. Nikul, I'm not talking only about the judiciary. I will not ask you a question about judiciary. I'm talking about how the witnesses have been put together, how the case has been put together, and the probe. I am not talking about the judicial process to you. Why would I ask about the judicial process to you? Vijay Grover, you're saying something. Please go ahead, Vijay Grover. If I can have you for a minute. Yes, please.
I said, it's no point raising a finger on the judiciary. The prosecutors, is controlled by the state government. The PPs are all appointed by the state government. It is they who delay or, hasten a case. And I will, as you rightly said, that both the parties are equally responsible because none of them actually tried to get justice for Gauri Lankesh. It's unfortunate that 7 years down the line, we all know that the killing of Gauri Lankesh was political messaging of the Hindutva groups at that time to silence voices which were rational in nature. And if, both the BJP and the Congress government have not told their public prosecutors to actually speed up the cases because they have just been buying. And that's very unfortunate to say that the judiciary is lingering on. Judiciary doesn't linger on. The PPs delay the case. The PPs, if they want, they can actually finish up the cases much earlier and submit the details to the court.
Dr. Nikul, as well as Dr. Lakshmi, quick responses to what you've heard just now.
Ma'am, BJP dispensation has always allowed the smooth functioning of the law and order, in contrast to Congress dispensation that has completely paralyzed law and order administration in the state of Karnataka. When we were in the power, we have ensured smooth functioning and to follow the due legal course of action in case of Gauri Lankesh. See, at this point of time, it is Congress government without having any compunction.
Could you give us specifics? Could you give us specifics? Because from what it seems, it clearly is a very different case in court. But sure, if you're making that claim, Dr. Lakshmi Gowda, could you give us specifics of how you expedited the entire investigation and evidence collection before the court?
We have actually expedited the process. It is the Congress government which is slowing down which is responsible.
I want to know specifics, ma'am. We have a right to know the specifics
because they
beyond rhetoric from both of you.
Framed few Hindu youth in that, and they've wrongly framed in that. They're doing all that, and they're trying to political conundrums, create the political conundrums time and again. When the Chief Minister himself is in the process of, he is on the verge of resigning from the chief ministerial post because he himself involved in the Muda scam.
No, Dr. Lakshmi Gowda, I really am not understanding what you're saying. Because on one hand you are saying the BJP government did everything to ensure that the case of Gauri Lankesh was expedited. On the other hand, you are saying that Hindus are being falsely implicated and charged and framed. I do not get how the two come together. You have to take one side. I do not understand what you are coming and speaking. If you would want to clarify, I'm giving you another opportunity.
Ma'am, it is the Congress government which has always been doing, and it is known for doing, Muslim appeasement policies, the vote bank politics. As I've clearly told you earlier, they always do. There has been communal violences, cases of communal violence.
Okay, I get what you're trying to say. I think all our viewers will also get that. I have to give the others also right to respond. Dr. Nikul Patel, kindly respond. You've heard Dr. Lakshmi Gowda speak. I give you a minute, and after that, I have to go to Mr. Vijay Grover.
Yeah, I would just like to say that Bharatiya Janata Party wants to blame Congress, but last 5 years, if they want to do things, then they might have expedited the things. Now over here, the fact that is coming in the pictures that how they are being welcomed and cherished, that is not the correct gesture what Hindutva is. So that is not to be condemned by Bharatiya Janata Party. The court will take its due procedure. The delays might have happened at executive level, but judiciary is taking its own
role. No, but the point is this, Dr. Nikul, this happened on Saturday. You are conveniently firing off the shoulders of the BJP. This happened on Saturday, more than 48 hours. The Congress government has not gone ahead and objected. Of course, I think the minister has gone to say that they will take up cases against those who felicitated them. We are waiting to see whether that action will happen. Nonetheless, nothing has moved legally. Vijay Grover, very quickly, a last minute to you.
Well, unfortunately, while the BJP spokesperson is blaming the Congress for the delay, let me just tell her that out of the last 7 years since this case has been on, 5 years it's been BJP government, and for 2 years it's been the Congress government. So if they wanted, they could have, ended the trial much earlier, even before Siddaramaiah took charge again in 2022. So clearly, this is something where, as I told you, political parties are only trying to exploit the sentiment of the people, and it's journalists like Gauri Lankesh and others whose voices have been silenced because, if press freedom is something that, both the BJP and the Congress agree to, the fact is this kind of incidents should have exemplary punishment.